Corey, can you hit us with a synopsis real quick? Sorry.
Well, in a nutshell, it's the Sharknado version of like Ocean's 11.
Jibber jabber anyway.
All right, we're recording. Ready?
All right. Woo. Remember, serious, really serious.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I'm killing Mike with my mind. Is that what's going on?
Shit, the Rona got me all messed up.
All right.
It's that damn money plane, I tell you. Stupid ass movie.
I'm telling you, Velociraptor would have been more enjoyable for you guys, man.
It probably would have. All right. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Heroes Peak podcast. I am your host, Chris. We're here to talk about all the geek stuff, all the media, and just whatever the hell we feel like talking about today. Here with me today, I've got, we're going to start off with my two first guest hosts. James, how you doing, James?
Person, woman, man, camera, TV.
I was going to say, did you forget the words?
No, I have the best IQ.
Okay,
huge.
You just passed.
Me, Mr. President, let's go back to that question. Can you repeat those again, please?
Hey, if you repeat them in order, you get extra points.
You get bonus points.
Listen, right. I don't have to. The question's answered already. Next question. Fake news.
And with us also today is Mike. How is it going, Mike?
Hey, I'm all right. My back is killing me. You know how hard it is to shovel snow in 90-degree weather?
Shouldn't it be easier to shovel snow in 90-degree weather?
Not in Canada.
Jeez,
well,
man.
Today we're going to start with our Comic-Con at Home panel talk with the three geeks here. We will be joined a little later by both Keith and Brooksy.
Fake geeks.
The fake geeks. We're going to talk about the versus battle, Snoop Dogg and DMX. But in between there, and whenever they show up, we're also going to be talking, we're going to be suffering through a Money Plane review because we suffered through watching it. And we're going to talk a little bit about The Order, the Netflix series, The Order, which James just finished watching, so we can...
Like an hour ago, just finished.
Right.
Credits were rolling.
Doing that homework last minute. That's how I got through school, last minute.
Yeah, that's when I get my best performance, man.
So, talking about Comic-Con at home, interesting. I've never been to a Comic-Con. James has been to 2 Comic-Cons?
2 times 5, like 10 of them.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, the one in San Diego and probably 8 or 9 of New York.
So what really got me is that, number one, it's during the work week. So it's like impossible to actually follow most of the stuff. But it's all coming to YouTube, so that's not the problem. Yeah. Also, how much stuff there is to look at. I'm used to just not only being able to pay attention to like a couple of podcasts and a couple of news feeds, and that's all you get. Now we're getting the whole fire hose of Comic-Con, and you're like, all right, slow down a bit.
Neophytes.
Right? So
without all the walking.
Without all the walking and waiting in line.
Yeah.
So
I'm used to the bootleg trailer leaks, right?
People are recording it in the Hall H.
Shaky cam.
So we really can't talk about all of Comic-Con because it's pretty much impossible. We're not that kind of a news network yet. So first of all, anybody, if you're interested in a show, go on YouTube, look at Comic-Con 2020, and find the show you're interested in. I mean, they had Walking Dead, DC at Home, Superstore, Bob's Burgers. Everybody has their own panel. So literally, go watch it. I think
the official URL is Comic-Con at Home. I think that's what they were carrying.
Yeah.
IGN was also supporting a lot of that stuff.
IGN is carrying it. You can watch the live feed, but seriously, everything's on YouTube. I've been watching it all week, so it's really easy to go through. So we're only going to talk about a couple of panels that we watched, and maybe a couple of trailers, the big news trailers that popped. There is no big Star Wars news or Marvel Universe news or anything like that. So that's actually kind of good. Some of these other regular shows kind of get brought up to the surface a bit because not everybody's thinking about the Marvel Universe.
Chris, real quick before you get into the meat and potatoes, I just wanted to talk about the experience. Since I think I'm probably the only one to really experience both San Diego and New York. I remember the anticipation of picking out which panels we can make, going online, waiting online, meeting people, interacting. Like if I was in a Star Trek line or Star Wars line, you with the same type of people, you guys would discuss, and then you wait, and as the line gets up, you start moving in, and then you all crowd into a seating, and then the panel comes out as a DJ playing music. This is a really super geek stuff, but that was one of the things that really made the experience in Comic-Con in person such a Super Bowl for geekdom. Whereas for me, I was split this weekend because I missed that camaraderie with people. It was just me basically here. Not even the family was joining me. I'm looking at these panels. I'm taking a look at it, and I missed the connection, like with other like-minded people who were just just excited about something, have a random conversation about something. But on the other hand, I love the fact that I was able to sit here, pour myself a drink, relax, shorts and sandals and a t-shirt, and watch at my leisure.
Right.
And it goes back to the pod that we had earlier on in the spring, and we were talking about what can Comic-Con at home be like. And I think Keith was one of the ones that were saying, well, the thing is, everything could be online. You could do the merchandising, you can do the video. Like, you don't need to fly and do all the online waiting. And at first, I didn't think that was going to really work. But I think just seeing what happened this weekend, it might be a new forum. Maybe not for something as large as Comic-Con. Maybe New York might want to do this in October. We still haven't heard what New York's going to do.
Right.
So I was split. I enjoyed the experience because the flexibility it gave me. But I also was a little sad knowing that things may never be the same, at least for the foreseeable future. That connection that we have in person with like somebody online, somebody in the crowd, somebody saying, "Oh, I love that costume. I love that shirt." Just stuff, that banter. That part was kind of sad.
Yeah, and like I was saying when we talked about this before, it's just like I feel bad for all those small merchants and stuff, right? And like for me, it's about going and playing with all the toys and stuff, just being able to look around at all the booths. So.
I never would have guessed that about you, Mike.
In fact, I think there was only one link that sent you to the merchandising store on Friday. I think it was a Friday, like really early Friday. It's just one link that said merchandising for whatever it was. Funko, probably Funko because of the biggest. Right. But that's it,
Yeah, I haven't seen much. Like when they started the New Mutants one, they talked about, hey, if you use this hashtag, you can get. And you're like, well, that's not really. You weren't bringing in merchandising and stuff like that. I think they may need to do that a little bit more with these Zoom panels. Maybe have not just a host, but like I hate commercials, but like a little banner of, hey, you liked. You want the Funko Pop of Magic, bring her up, that kind of stuff. You might need to do a little bit more of that, or, hey, these are some cool Magic stuff related to the thing you just watched. They got to interweave it better. You can't just like have someone go, maybe I'll go to the store today. You really got to. One thing about Comic-Con, I'm sure, is that you walk past all of the merchandise. You're constantly inundated with it.
So I think one of the issues was, you had IGN, who was, the primary presenter of the videos was YouTube. That's the problem one. I know you had IGN also showing on their site.
Good point. YouTube needs going to get paid for anything.
Yeah, and it's also, so if Comic-Con had put up the website where they could host the videos, throw up their own banners and all that stuff, have the links to the merchandise on their site, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they probably didn't have the infrastructure set up.
No, it was
you'd have to go through Amazon or something.
Yeah, it was not enough time to get that done, but I'm sure, if they start planning now, by next year they could, do it.
That's a great
I don't
point.
think YouTube's a bad platform to do
No,
it.
no. I'm just
but
saying you can't, but you
yeah.
can't like have a full experience when you're
Right.
Otherwise, they'll be monetized by YouTube
Yeah.
in some form or fashion.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the only thing else I was thinking is even if you go back to you, magically we end up next year back being able to do live stuff. I like the fact that I can go in as a late observer and watch these panels. I hated like here. This is a list of quotes from the panel that like 100 people got to watch. That's great for those 100 people,
Yeah.
and they should get a experience for that. But give me like 2 days later, let me watch your panel.
Yeah, they
Because
did that in the past too. They used to do
not all the
automatic
panels.
live reactions would be guys right outside the Hall H, and they report, they'll describe it, and then 2 days later they'd release the clip, but except for like the actual scenes of what was dropped, some cases they actually
Except
show
for
it.
the trailers, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I think
that's normally what I did. Yeah.
you're jipping. You're taking something away from the fans. Like, can you imagine this year so far? The biggest thing we watched was probably the New Mutants drop, right? So far.
technically that should have been the biggest, but I don't think it was. Yeah,
So, but it's just in the years past that would have been described over and over and over again, and I wouldn't have got it. You know what I mean? And so I think that it's just a missed thing. I think you're really in the past. I don't think they're released enough. That's all I'm saying. I like this part that I can go watch the ones I'm interested in. Anyway, so
all right, let's get to the meat and potatoes.
Right, the panels we watched. I watched a little of the Picard panel.
I watched the whole thing.
We watched
It wasn't just a Picard panel. It was a
Star Trek panel.
It was, let's say, it was a CBS All Access shows Star Trek show panel, right? So you had, and plus the animated stuff. Mm-hmm. So you had Discovery and you had Picard, and they were talking about Prodigy, the new show, the new animated show on Nickelodeon for teens.
Right.
And then they were talking about Lower Decks, the comedy.
Yeah, I saw a trailer for that.
Yeah.
Is that like rated R, or is that just like a?
I don't know. And it's been out for a while. I actually never watched it. So.
I watched the trailer for it. I mean, it was kind of funny. But I wasn't sure if it was like Harley Quinn level.
I don't think so.
Like dirty comedy, because
Yeah.
Or if it was just like Bob's Burgers.
Yeah, it also reminded me a little bit of what's the Seth MacFarlane Star Trek ripoff show? Done pretty good actually.
The Orville.
Yeah, the Orville. It reminded me a little bit of the Orville, where it's adult content, but it's not rated R.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't sure where how low they were going with that. So that was, I enjoyed listening to them because the only one I really spent any time with was Picard. So we're gonna go. Mike is gonna talk. Right, Mike is gonna talk about the Star Trek stuff because he's the only one who cares. But it's just. But I enjoy listening to the actors talk about their characters, and also I enjoyed that, especially the actors who have been with each other for a long time. Their interactions are always fun. Mm-hmm. Like these some of the panels where the actors are like known each other for like a couple of months, and they're they act a certain way, but these people who have known each other for decades just really give it to each other, and I think that's a fun panel.
Just to go back to the original comment I was making is on stage, when they're live on stage, there's a lot more to interaction because they're sitting, maybe 2 seats over, and it's constant banter between some of them. You could tell because they're so used to each other, so it becomes really. Whereas on the Zoom panel, it almost looks like it's a conference meeting that goes a little bit left.
Mm-hmm. Which looks like a podcast, us.
Like us. Looks like us right now.
Yeah. Hi, Brooks.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Happy Monday. Sorry I'm late. I had a late work meeting.
That's all right. We're starting with geek stuff.
Yeah. Great. Glad I missed it.
Yeah, and it's.
We're not done. Don't worry.
Awesome.
It's funny because you can tell the older actors aren't used to the technology, right? They're used to being up on a stage in a panel discussion,
Okay, I will say that the person with the best camera so far has been Zack Snyder. Did you see Zack?
No. I didn't see
Dude,
that.
he had
No.
depth of field in his Zoom meeting. It was
Gee.
Huh.
No, I didn't watch any of the CBS Access
Alright.
pods panels.
No, well,
Alright.
his was for
a DC.
HBO Max, right? Yeah. DC
Yeah.
stuff,
HBO Max, I
They,
didn't see
they
that
did
one
a
either.
they talked about and I don't even know, was it connected to Comic-Con at home or if they just released it at around the same time.
Could be, yeah.
But
'Cause remember, they
was,
still have their DC thing coming up in October,
yeah, in August, but
August.
he released a couple of video clips of 10 seconds long or something.
The black Superman suit.
You mean the color graded, yeah, the
Right.
color graded Superman suit
Garbage.
that everybody's freaking out about. So,
Oh,
all right.
well, I was just gonna say on the Star Trek one, I thought so. They did the Discovery panel first because they wanted to push for advertise season 3, obviously, right?
Mhm.
I mean, to me, right now, Picard is a better show, and it's only
Yeah.
been the first season.
I like that.
Discovery's not bad. Oh, they also talked about that new show they're coming out with. I forget the name of it, but it's not a single ship or crew. It's multiple stories, almost like kind of like Amazing Stories, Twilight Zone.
Mhm.
Like it'll have different characters every week and different missions. I forget the name.
That's not the Jordan Peele show, or am I confusing it? Because that's also on CBS, isn't it?
No, that's Twilight Zone. But no, this is Star Trek based. They're gonna do like different types of adventure stories every week with different characters. But I got to look up the name of it.
All right.
So they're also coming out with that. But the Picard one was the best one to me out of all the Star Trek.
Did they say anything about the upcoming season or anything at all?
On Picard?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember them actually talking about the show. They kept harping on Patrick Stewart the whole time, which I thought was
Yeah, they didn't end up talking too much about the season. Is
The
they
living
spent a lot
legend.
of time
Yeah.
Sir Patrick Stewart.
talking about the characters and
Stu, as he likes to be called.
yeah, peace dude.
He's got a beautiful Rottweiler. You know that's his dog. I think he kept the dog from the show.
Oh,
the
is it?
Rottweiler dog
Wow.
from the show. Yeah, he was in Colbert, and he said that. I forgot the name. He's got was it? He called the dog. Was it Riker? I think it's called Riker.
Probably.
Man, Riker, yeah. And,
Okay.
and they allowed him to keep the dog.
Yeah.
All right. In order to bring our other, by the way, hi Keith, how you doing?
Hey,
What's going
Keith.
on, guys?
There he is.
All right. In order to bring in Brooks and Keith, because I don't think they stopped to watch the panels, Comic-Con panels. They probably
There
have
was the
better,
Hulu one.
They didn't see the Hulu ones
they probably
Yeah,
have
right.
better things to do. So what we're going to do right now is I'm
or the
going
boys.
to play some trailers, and we're all gonna have a quick discussion about some of the trailers that
Don't get us kicked off YouTube.
No, we can do it as long as you talk over the top of it. That's fine. I've seen people do this all the time, right?
Yeah, that's great.
All right. So first, Brooks, have you seen The Boys? Probably not.
No.
So it is a
She's like
superhero.
Jayla Rose with Jayla and Jacoby over here.
It's a superhero show, but it's next level. It basically takes a piss out of the commercialization. Like if a superhero was real and they had
Mhm.
like an advertising contract and how they would act between being a superhero and being a business.
It's also rated R, so it's like a real life adult.
So we lost Keith for the 10 seconds. Okay, so I'm gonna play the clip that I'm hoping that you guys can hear this. But I'm gonna play the clip they played during.
This is the one with the whale, right?
Yeah, it's the one with
Oh
the
my
whale.
gosh. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. I won't say
All right.
anything.
I am going to see. Oh, can I show my screen? Wow. Why do
Should
I
be able
feel-
to.
Share screen. All right, here we go. I hit share screen.
You gotta click the right monitor after that.
There. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Carry the one.
There we go.
Carry the one.
Share.
There we go.
Is it working?
Just says Cap has started screen sharing. There we go. All right.
Oh, here we go.
All right.
Maximize that window if you could.
All right. Tell me. I'm hoping you guys can hear it. I'm gonna start it.
No
No.
audio.
You have to hit the share computer sound. if you go up to the menu from in
Well,
your
pause first because you're.
oh, hang on, yeah.
They're getting chased by sharks.
If you go to view options, there's an option to share computer audio. Do you see it?
I love it already.
Okay, pause share, new share, stop video.
There's like more options or something. More
Okay,
settings.
disable, show names, hide video panel, share computer sound. All right,
That's the one.
all right, here we go. I'm gonna turn it down because that was gonna work. All right, ready? We can fix this in post, by the way. So these are our good guys who have killed multiple people so far. And here comes the Deep. The Deep is the Aquaman of this universe. Roger! What are you doing?
Wow. Wow.
All right, stop
That's how
sharing.
Aquaman really would be
so
treated
wrong.
in real life.
Wow.
Not a name
that,
Jason
that,
Momoa.
yeah, but that actually, yeah, that feels more like the Aquaman I see in my mind.
So what did you guys think of our little clip for The Boys season 2?
I'm already hooked, man.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah, that was good. I like that.
I like it. It had a little bit of comedy, a little bit of action.
Yeah.
Apparently they built an entire actual whale for them to pop out of.
Yeah, I watched the whole
Yeah.
panel. They said
would
that
hope-
they built it
I hope
with
that
like
wasn't
the
a real
liquid. And they did all that stuff, and it took them like
Covered
3
it.
hours. And they even had Carl Urban pilot the
The boat
Boat.
into it.
yeah. So the Asian lady who plays the female, her character is the female. She
Literally
said she was
named-
getting seasick because of how many takes they were doing to get it right.
So.
Like, I'm bummed it wasn't a real whale.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
We're probably
like, that's
not
how it
gonna
sounds.
put that.
But that's what it sounds like when somebody says, like, "Oh yeah," and it was a fake whale. Of course, it was a fake whale.
No, it wasn't
In this day
CG.
in this day and age,
Yeah, it wasn't
it was-
CGI'd well. It was they built the carcass,
They
with
built a whale carcass.
balloons and Kool-Aid and like
only one way.
Kool-Aid?
flesh.
There's only one way to really
A
recapture
physical
that,
representation of a whale.
that
Yeah.
fleshy sound.
To get that fleshy sound and the impact.
All right. So I think that looks good. I think we're all, most of us. I don't know about Brooks. We can.
So hey, wasn't somebody was missing from that panel though? What's the Wonder Woman character? What's her name?
She wasn't there. She wasn't
they-
there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a new character coming in. They didn't say anything about her being or not being in the show, so you didn't hear about it. But
Oh, I hope she's not gone. I
they,
like.
yeah, she was good. But they're bringing in a new character, Stormfront,
For the 7, yeah. New
who's
character.
supposed to be basically a match for Homelander, who is the Superman in this universe.
Supposedly. Like Supergirl, kind of.
Like
Oh, nice.
complete
Yeah.
match. So.
By
that's
the
what
way,
they were
the
saying.
I like
actor
the
looked like
different-
he lost a lot of weight. Like he looked extremely
one?
slim.
Who's that?
The
Homelander?
Homelander actor.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But I
They-
like how different Hugh, the character and the actor, are. Like he's totally like
A good guy.
like outgoing. No, Hugh was a good guy. You know what I'm talking about. The guy, the main character,
the nerd who
Yeah.
who got his girlfriend destroyed by
Yeah,
the
but he's
speedster.
not really a
Speed
nerd in real life.
introvert.
He's pretending
Yeah.
to be a super nerd.
Yeah,
Yeah, Brooks, the girlfriend gets killed when a super speedster runs through
Oh,
her.
did you
Yo,
let her
that joint
experience
was
it for
hella
first?
traumatic though, yo. Like, I
But
can
that's
even
what,
imagine.
like, honestly, I thought the show was gonna be a bust. And my wife had already watched the first 2 episodes, and she says, "No, you got to watch this." And I'm on my phone. She goes, "No, keep paying attention." It's like it's a couple having an argument. Why am I paying attention to it? And then
Yo, that joint was so
It's-
traumatic. It was like it was
she just
trauma. I felt the
explodes.
trauma of it.
She just freaking explodes in front of him.
You see
She
freaking
disintegrates and he's holding her
freaking
hands.
Oh,
lower
that's right. He was also
jawbones.
holding her hand.
He's
Lower
holding her
jawbones was
hands.
flying around.
This dude literally ran through her. That was just disgusting.
A-Train.
A-Train.
A-Train. All right. So The Boys season 2. I probably so far my favorite panel. Aisha Taylor did
Same.
the
Dude, she's a treasure. I've seen her live in person do these Comic-Con panels, and then obviously you saw she still had some energy in the Zoom. She's much different. Like she'll curse, she'll drink on stage.
Nice.
You know.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah,
Did
that
you
was the
guys
best
see
panel.
the trailer for Lovecraft Country? This one got me. I wasn't expecting it.
I saw the trailer. I didn't see the panel though.
Brooks, do you like horror movies?
Mm.
No.
Do you like horror-related movies?
Like, what's an example of one?
Okay, Get
May
Out.
have seen.
Get Out or
Get Out.
Us.
Yes.
Okay,
All
same
right.
guy. Jordan Peele made this.
Okay.
Mhm.
I like Jordan Peele. I know.
Yeah,
You know who he
Yeah,
is.
but
No
this
one's
one is
allowed
like
to, no one's allowed to
hold
say
on.
they don't like Get Out.
Brooks. This one's more like if you took Get Out and Us and married it with Watchmen.
Yeah,
And had a baby.
that's a good
All right.
description right there. Yeah.
We're gonna watch this one.
Oh, all
Okay.
right. I didn't know we were gonna do that.
You're more than welcome to react out loud. That actually is good for us. We don't have to.
This is a long one, if I
You
remember.
have to be quiet. Yes, it's a little bit long. It's about 2 minutes.
Excellent.
All right. So again, I'm gonna go through this sharing screen debacle. See if I can get it a little quicker this time. Share. All right, there we go. Share computer sound. We're doing it. You wouldn't know I worked for a technology company at some point. All right. Are we ready? Here we go.
What's that book you've been reading about?
It's about heroes who get to go on adventures, defeat the monsters, and save the day. Little boy from the south side of Chicago, the only tourist to get to do that. This story is about my father and the secret birthright that's been kept from us. You going after it.
So, kind of like the way they were setting up Candyman movie. Whereas it's like family history.
Scared for myself. Just because they don't want you here doesn't mean you're not supposed to be. Gotta get away.
This is an invitation to unmitigated power.
Where in the hell did I go wrong with you, boy? I told you to stay away from that damn place.
There's something here. Just trying to get out.
Whoever directed this got the tension built up.
As it should be. From God.
I know he's the executive producer. I don't know if he directed. We'll have to look it up.
That's also trailer editing, though. Like, it does not mean like that. This translates to how the movie feels, though.
Right.
Correct. Yep.
We're surrounded by monsters.
But with that said, they've got me though.
You can't win this game they set up for you to play.
They first have to get you with the trailer before you watch it.
This legacy belongs to our family.
We gotta face this new world and stake our claim in it.
Cthulhu.
This is our family story.
Cthulhu.
Man, I was not expecting that when I heard about this.
During the panel, they released a sneak peek too. I don't know if you saw that. Very Indiana Jonesy feel.
Oh yeah, where they're going down into the pit and he first
Yeah.
sees the writing and stuff. Yeah, that was a
That's pretty
nice
good.
scene.
That
Yeah,
actually
man.
was kind of interesting. Like I might watch it.
Did we catch you with something?
Yeah, you don't even know. You don't need to know who Cthulhu is and any of that H.P. Lovecraft stuff. Just enjoy.
Okay.
Did you see Watchmen, the HBO series?
No.
Oh, you should watch that too. That's good.
I'll put that on my list.
Yeah.
A
On
long
the
list, man. It's got a CVS receipt.
Yeah.
Did you see
Pretty
the
much.
Did you see the movie? The
No,
Watchmen
she
movie?
definitely did not see the movie. I'm gonna say it right now. She
Why
definitely
ask?
not.
No.
Why ask, Mike? Stop.
Did you read? Did you read the graphic novel, Brooks?
Definitely not.
No, I'm sure. Most people have seen the movie by now. It's like what? It's pretty old.
No, only
No.
comic book
No,
geeks
not
ran
most-
out to
no.
watch that movie.
No.
I did go to
it's a good
Comic-Con
movie,
2
but
years
it's kind of
ago.
niche.
What did you?
San Diego,
What did
New
you?
York.
What got you to go to Comic-Con?
My company gave me free tickets.
Hulu.
Were there free sports involved?
Live sports, you mean?
Live sports. Sorry.
Oh, live sports. I was like, no, but we were debuting. Oh, what was that show? James, help me out.
Runaways.
Yes.
The first season. Yeah.
Ah,
Runaways.
yeah.
Nice.
I remember.
I kind of dig that song.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I like watched. We went to the panel and they showed the first show, and I got really into it, and I was really excited to watch it, and then I didn't watch it at all.
You should take a look. It's cool.
You know who did?
It's fun,
Eric
like
watched
you
the
said.
entire series.
Yeah, you told
The
me.
next time, yeah.
So far, my favorite watch for a sneak peek was the His Dark Material season 2.
I didn't watch that one. Yeah, I skipped that one on
You missed
purpose.
that, Keith. I thought you were gonna. I thought you would have watched that.
I
too.
didn't bother watching it.
Because
I
I
knew-
didn't know that there was one. My fault.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
it was
after
Friday, right? That was Friday.
So after watching season 1, where it was very much, I've seen this for the most part from the movie or whatnot. Season 2 is going to be completely new for me, where I don't know what's going to happen to what characters, and so I'm kind of interested.
I totally
And-
want to.
And
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't finish season 1 though yet.
And I
gotta do that.
and I think
Yeah.
Daphne Keene is great, so I'm really interested there.
I didn't go past the second episode, so.
What?
And it's got Hamilton himself in there.
Alexander Hamilton.
Alexander Hamilton is in there.
Yeah, he's the balloon guy.
He's resurrected.
So
Nah, but check it out. It's good
Yeah.
viewing.
so James, what
No,
was
I know
the
it's a good
most?
show. I lost track. Like I had moved on to something else, and I was like, oh, I'll come back to it, and I totally forgot about it.
Turns
I was-
up, gets a lot better.
I was
Yeah.
bored by episode 2. My
Oh,
family.
Oh no, it was
I
good.
don't
We watched the whole family watched this whole one. All right, so James, what was your favorite piece of media, image, toy, trailer, panel out that you've seen so far?
I mean, I definitely like The Boys because I like not just the trailer, but I like the interaction between all the cast that was there. It's pretty enjoyable. I did watch the H.P. Lovecraftian one.
Mhm.
I like the different actors that are there. Courtney B. Vance, old school African American actor.
Yep.
He was pretty funny. But I think The Boys because of Aisha Tyler. She's just
Oh,
hilarious.
she was
just-
great.
She
Yeah.
knows how to keep people entertained in something that's like quote unquote geeky and nerdy.
Well, and she
um,
moved between talking about
Like
the
a female
character
Keith.
and talking about the person and just the storyline, and that you felt like there was information coming into your brain. All right, Mike, what was your favorite panel, media, whatever?
So surprisingly, it's the Superstore panel. Which
Really?
I watched. I don't know why they're at Comic-Con, but apparently this was not their first time.
Superstore?
Yeah,
The
Comic-Con.
comedy.
The NBC show.
Yeah, that's
Superstore.
like
Yeah, which was weird. And they
30
had,
Rock. I mean,
yeah,
I mean,
they had
not
their
30 Rock.
they had their virtual panel. And the whole cast was just hilarious. They were so funny. It was so entertaining.
I
to watch.
hope.
Yeah. No, but it's not. It wasn't just like when they read the script, they're funny. But these guys off the cuff, they were killing it too. So
They're
like,
all
you
real
can tell
comedians, right? Improv comedians.
I think so, but you can tell like they have between each other, like off camera, they have a good relationship too, right? So
Yeah, and I think that was the best panels I saw where the people interacted the best. Like Aisha Tyler really ran the boys panel the best, but the panel with the best interaction between the people for me was the oh, I missed it. The
Superstore.
was the Picard panel because because the
Patrick
way
Stewart.
the older actors really had a great vibe with each other, and they really bounced off of each other really nice. So it
You
was
know,
a fun
Chris, the one I
panel
was
to
the
watch.
most disappointed with that I actually I scheduled myself to watch was the Family Guy panel.
Oh,
It wasn't as funny. I mean, other than Mila Kunis, who was pretty funny by herself because she said they filmed the last season already during the quarantine, and she had somebody build her coat closet like a soundproof studio. So she was sitting there, and then after like an hour trying to get her laptop in, she called like the Geek Squad, whatever. She was just like funny, just telling stories about all the stuff that she had to go through just to
whole
do
cast
some of
was
the.
there?
Yeah, everyone was there.
Oh, okay.
Seth Green, Seth MacFarlane,
It's virtual.
Lois.
What
Did they ask him? Did they ask McFarlane about Orville? What's happening with that, or is
He
that
didn't talk about
something
Orville at all. He did the first 15-minute reading of an old episode of Family Guy, which wasn't that funny. I'm like, oh, why are you doing this? They've read the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm like,
They did that. The Discovery panel did that too. They read like the season finale.
I mean, that's not needed. And then he went into how some of the voices he created, which I've already heard already, how he created Quagmire's voice and all. Like, this is stuff that we already knew. Talked about Adam West passing.
Yeah.
So I was very disappointed with that one panel. No sneak peeks of anything.
All right. So,
but he did start the panel by talking about voting and how important it is. He went very political in the beginning. First 2 or 3 minutes, he was pretty political.
Well,
Can't
you
avoid
have
it
to.
this year.
I don't think you can avoid it this year. Yeah, exactly. So, I think we're just going to move on. I don't think we're going to do too much more about it.
No, I think overall it was a good show, like a good con this year. Considering they couldn't do it in person, right? They did the best they could. So.
Well, I mean, there's still more to talk about. We can talk about a little bit more next week when the con is officially over, and see what final things we are, and we'll see we'll make Brooks watch some trailers that she can probably fit in, and Keith, and we'll pick a show or two that the entire group can agree to watch. So far, maybe Lovecraft Country, but we'll pick
Boys.
I would watch
the
that.
boys. And
Also, are we just calling it the con? Is
the
that
con.
I heard that too. That's nerd. That's the inner nerd lingo. It's like shop talk for nerds.
That's right. We've got our own lingo.
In the past, it was SDC and NYCC because you have to differentiate between the two.
Yeah.
But now it's just
just the con.
The con. Got it.
The con.
All right. So we were supposed to talk about Money Plane, and I was the one bitching on chat about watching it and not talking about it. But we went a little longer on the Comic-Con, so we're gonna skip it.
Well, it's our stupid movie of the month, right? So
right.
Yeah, just give us like a couple sentences before you.
All right.
Did anybody else see it or?
I watched it.
Yeah, I did.
I did not.
So you're probably the best to review it, actually, then, because you made out in this deal. No, Brooks, because she. So, all right, we'll do it. So this is the.
It's our new segment, by the way, everyone. It's we're doing once a month. We'll be talking about a crappy movie that we've watched and why it's crappy. So.
Well, the hope was to get a fun crappy movie.
Yeah.
You know, like an old bad kung fu movie, but this new.
I got a good one for you guys next month.
Wait, we're doing
new.
Next. We know what we're doing next month. Sorry, Chris.
No, the one for next month that I picked. Velocipaster.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Right?
We are so organized around here. So,
stop playing with a rat, Brooks.
This
a little rat there.
He's a rat.
Black rat.
What's that, Master Splinter?
He's getting big. You got big ears.
You got to start him on the nunchucks.
Money Plane.
All right. So
I don't know, sir.
Of course you don't know. You don't know because only I know.
So this movie popped up just a couple of weeks ago, and we said, "Oh, this might be a fun, stupid movie to review." And it's called Money Plane. It's just came out this year. It stars Adam Copeland, who is the Edge from the WWE.
D-list. wrestler?
D-list
He,
wrestler. Wow.
he was
He was
B-list
pretty
for a
popular.
while.
Yeah.
About a decade ago or so ago, he was a bigger name. The Attitude Era, if you anybody who watched it there.
No.
Also with him, Kelsey Grammer is actually, decent actress. Thomas Jane plays Harry, the Punisher at one point. Denise Richards is in there for
I
a
didn't even
minute.
recognize Thomas Jane. He's aged quite a bit.
Yeah, but I think he actually had a character, whereas nobody else did.
He's been in a lot of things too. Sci-fi shows.
Yeah.
Extent.
Denise Richards showed her face for like 10 seconds as the wife, and
Yeah, I
that's
think
like
she had,
the end of it.
She had like 2 lines in the whole thing, right?
And cashed well.
All right, and the actually 3 newcomers that made anything of their screen time. Katrina Norman played Isabella. Patrick Lamont Jr. played Trey, and Andrew Lawrence played Iggy. Those were the 3 crew members on the Edge's, professional thieves crew.
Right.
So it's about thieves. Thieves in a plane.
This was so disappointing. I was hoping for.
Can you hit us with a synopsis real quick? Sorry.
In a nutshell, it's the Sharknado version of like Ocean's 11.
No, it's not even that good, man. No, you're giving it too much credit.
Oh, seriously, it's
too much
the production
credit.
value is terrible.
All right. A professional thief with $40 million in debt and his family life on the line must commit a final heist, rob a futuristic airborne casino filled with the world's most dangerous criminals.
Casino.
Wow, airborne too.
It was
the world's most dangerous criminals.
Right. But
Not a floating jail, but a casino is holding the world's most dangerous.
And
that's really in the synopsis that these guys on the plane
the world's most dangerous criminals. That
like
exactly
Con Air too.
That makes zero sense.
I was hoping
at all.
Right. I was hoping for like Casino Royale, Con Air, but crazier.
Yeah,
and I got none of it.
We got a clown show on that plane.
It was so bad. There was this guy, like, the world's most dangerous criminals consisted of a Russian dude who talked about his backstory for like 5 minutes about how he was an arms dealer, and how that's better than human trafficking. Then some guy in a cowboy hat who his whole personality was he was in a cowboy hat. The Asian lady just being an Asian lady.
I didn't even know what she.
So all the tropes were being
Those are just trope
Yeah.
fest. She didn't like do anything. She was just her being. She didn't interact with anybody more than a sentence. She didn't do anything.
Who wrote this?
It was really sad. So what hurt the most for me was that, okay, so you bring in a professional wrestler, and what do you expect them to be? I mean, we've seen these bad B action movies where they're constantly shooting or fighting somebody.
I want to see him ripping airplane seats out and tossing it.
Right?
Well, you're looking for a brawler, right?
Yeah, and he comes in and we get one fight with him, a close quarters in the cockpit kind of fight, which, okay, it was all right.
Some Jason Bourne style.
Right, yeah, exactly.
The camera's moving.
They tried to make it funny with them hitting the stick and the plane tilting, which the world's greatest criminals never checked their pilot after their plane started flying all over the place. And then he literally sat in the cockpit for the rest of the movie until they jumped out of the plane.
And you know what was sad? I saw a couple days ago. I saw 7500 with Joe Gordon-Levitt.
Mm-hmm.
It's about terrorist hijacking of a plane, and that movie is a drama. But the action in the fighting scenes in that movie, which were like a couple minutes of them trying to take over the cockpit, were way better than anything in this movie.
Harrison Ford at like 50 doing Air Force One did more action than The Edge did in this movie.
By the way, this movie was directed by Andrew Lawrence, the brother of Joey Lawrence. You know, Lawrence.
Wait,
Joey
really?
Lawrence.
That Joey Lawrence.
Joey Lawrence was in the movie. He was the concierge on the casino.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, I didn't even recognize him.
That's kind of That's kind of lame a little bit.
Yeah.
Would you say this movie is better or worse than Soul Plane?
I have not
You
seen
shut
Soul
your mouth,
Plane.
Brooks. You shut your mouth.
Sounds
Soul
like
Plane
probably
is
worse
a
than Soul
national
Plane.
treasure. It is not in the ratings of good or bad.
So-
It just is.
Soul
It just
Plane was
is.
meant to be funny.
It was
and
meant
this-
to be stupid.
And this is just unintentionally funny.
That's
It-
fair.
Not even
The-
ha-ha funny, though. Like sad funny.
Like sad funny. I'm
Yeah.
laughing. I'm laughing for
The
you.
only thing I laughed at is when the guy with the cowboy hat shot himself in the face.
Yeah, the Russian roulette scene. There.
Mhm.
Oh my
And-
gosh.
Terrible, man.
It was
Terrible.
awful. So I'm gonna suggest everybody not watch this movie, even though it's not even like like Mike said, it's sad. It's
You know,
sad.
even so. Here's the deal. So he's like, so the Edge was like the head of the crew, right?
Mhm.
And so I get him trying to go into the cockpit for a minute or whatever, but they should have sent the other guy, the
Yes.
Black Irish guy.
McGillicuddy.
Yeah, McGillicuddy. They should have sent him into the cockpit and let, you know what I mean? Let the Edge
Mhm.
be roaming around the plane. That at least, even if he's not fighting anybody, would have still been more interesting. to me.
Well, here's how it opens. Is there's a voiceover of him telling you how to pull a great scam, and then he's trying to steal a painting,
yeah.
and so there's like these 7 or 8 guards, and you're like, oh, okay, so I see how this is gonna go. So he gets into the room with the painting, but it's not there, and then people start knocking on the door. You're like, okay, he's gonna have to fight his way out. And what happens? The door opens. The woman of his crew is standing there, and she's beating all the guys. You don't see any action. You don't see any of it. It just
Oh,
is.
that sucks.
But she had the most fight scenes on this. in
She
this
had
movie.
two actual fight scenes.
Yeah.
But it was like second-rate Black Widow fighting,
Mm.
Second rate.
if that good. But she did. She got in there. She got physical. She beat up a couple of dudes, you know. And
Yeah. She was
Uh,
okay in the movie. She was fine.
they
Like,
were fine.
yeah.
The co-stars were fine. They weren't out acting the Edge in any way. He had no facial like interacting.
Yeah.
He had the same look until like he was playing with his daughter, and then everything else he looked the exact same way. He looked like he was surprised the whole time.
The thing is, for me, like the concept of this movie had so much potential, and it was all just wasted. know what I mean?
Ridiculous plane action. I wanted someone DDT'd on the top of a plane or something.
Like when they finally get to
DDT,
so they're supposed to crack this vault on the plane, right, and steal the.
While it's flying.
Which they
Yeah.
do. They
And
crack
they
the
get
vault.
to this vault, and it's just like this shitty, cheap safe, and it takes her like 30 seconds to get into the thing because she just grabs a guy's fingerprint from
Mhm.
her thumb and put it on the thing, and
It
I'm
opens.
in. That's it. Let's load up the money.
So you guys have seen like 90s action where they show people jumping out of a plane, and then you get like these stock footage of these air acrobat people with parachutes. They didn't even
Yeah.
do that. They jumped out of a black door, like completely blacked out. They just hopped out.
You know, you think that's funny? Wait till you guys watch Velocipaster, man.
Yeah, but is that like at least fun? Does
It
that
sounds
like,
like it's
because
supposed to be.
because they
It sounds like
poke
it's
fun at
supposed to
them. They're
be
not trying to
stupid.
get an Oscar indie movie. They know what they have. They know their budget, and they let you know, hey, enjoy the ride.
that's what I was
Your
like,
movies sound like it was trying to be serious. It
mhm.
got a quote unquote B C-list wrestler, and they were hoping that people would watch it, and then it'd be like get a little buzz. No.
Well, yeah, and that's the problem. See, that's why I compared it to Sharknado type production, right? Because that's exactly what it was. Like a movie from the Asylum, the Asylum company that
Yeah.
makes the Sharknado movies.
Yeah.
It's that type of quality. So
But
I mean,
like,
I just did a little research on the guys who wrote that script, and dude, they're like just graduated School of Visual Arts at NYU. One guy, I'm like, how do these guys get scripts, Keith?
How they get scripts?
Mm.
student scripts, that's how they get it from.
Yeah.
They
It's always
probably
weird
knew
to
one
me.
of the Lawrence brothers. So and they said, "Hey, we got this movie. Are you doing anything?" And the Lawrence brothers says, "We haven't done anything in like 7 years, so why not?"
No.
So, but I think after like The Rock and John Cena, and we had that discussion last week about our favorite wrestlers, or 2 weeks ago, about wrestlers breaking in, and I think you're going to see more of this, and it just is a way to filter out the people that are never going to get anywhere. I'm sorry, Edge.
Yeah.
Go back, jump off a ladder. If he had jumped off a ladder or hit somebody with a chair on a plane wing, I would give him a lot of more credit.
Wow.
But they did nothing with him being one of my favorite high-flying wrestlers. Him and his brother were fun, high-flying ladder match guys. And
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
Brother.
That's why I say so much wasted potential, including wasting the talent that you could have had. You know.
Why was it even set on a plane? I mean, like, was it cheaper to?
Well,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that they only had to build a set this big around that could fit like 4 people in it, and you felt it's right because it's on a plane. All the sets fit like 6 people.
They should have had some of the like creative directors from Fast and the Furious help them out.
Exactly.
You can't afford them.
Can't
No,
afford those
they
guys,
couldn't
man.
afford those guys.
Yeah,
Come on.
but you could, you know what? Get a Tonka truck and put a little thing off the back and videotape it coming off of a wooden plane. And it would be better quality. Been more interesting. All right. So that we've slammed that to hell.
The takeaway is don't watch the movie.
Yeah,
No.
it's not even like like James was saying, Velocipaster is a fun, stupid watch.
Yeah,
This is not
hopefully.
even, it's not worth the 82 minutes to watch
Yeah.
it.
Hopefully our next review will give us something to say. If you love fun, stupid movies, we'll give you something to watch. That's what we're aiming for here.
Right.
We took the bullet for you this time.
It's such a fine line.
It
Yeah,
is.
That's the thing too. We don't know until you actually watch it, right? So,
right.
but that's
All
why
right.
we're here to give you guys the goods. So,
Oh, you know.
Thanks
Yeah.
for your effort, Mike. All right, guys, wait for my movie selection.
All right.
all
All
right.
right. So next, we're going to do a quick review of The Order.
Quick.
Yes.
Quick.
I don't know, sir.
Of course you don't know. You don't know because only I know.
Don't care how I want it
So The Order is a Netflix series. It started 2019, so it's got 2 seasons right now. Okay, so the synopsis here on IMDb: out to avenge his mother's death, a college student pledges to a secret order and lands in a war between werewolves and practitioners of dark magic. Now, it stars Jake Manley. Mulaney?
No one we will know unless we live in Canada.
Right. As Jack Morton, Sarah Gray as Alyssa Drake, Adam DeMarco as Randall, Loriza Tronco, I'm sorry everybody, as Gabrielle, Catherine Isabel as Vera, and Thomas Elms as Hamish, my favorite character right now.
So I think I'm gonna put a blooper reel together of just you guys ruining actors' names.
Ruining names, please,
Yeah,
dude.
Chris and I were notorious.
I just cannot. Like, I don't practice this ahead of time. I don't want. You should have seen me when Harry Potter came out, and I was like, Hermione?
That's fair. Hermione is a very
That was.
British name.
I'm like, I don't know these.
That was literally the first time I've ever heard that name.
Oh,
It wasn't as bad as Game of Thrones names. Holy cow.
Oh,
At least they were supposed to be medieval, though.
right.
Another series I have not seen.
That's right. I haven't seen it either, Brooks.
Wow.
That's 2 of us.
You haven't seen Game? Yo,
I have not watched Game of Thrones.
I'll give that to Brooks, but that surprises me. About
Yeah.
you.
Well, okay, just I mean to get to it, and then just other stuff gets in my way. So anyway,
Same Z's with everything.
so
Got it.
this is a modern.
Well, 400 episodes of Last Airbender don't get in your way.
Exactly, like that's what I don't understand. Like
Priorities, man.
and
Hey.
it's head and shoulders above Airbender.
Hey, I've had to go through the 500 Naruto or 800 Naruto episodes twice, so that
You
took a lot
had
of That took a
like
lot
a
of time.
job.
It took a lot of time to do. It has movies too. You end up having to watch it. Anyway, so this is a fantasy series, and at first it wasn't something that was attractive. Netflix has a lot of these fantasy series. Some of them are like CW teen hit series.
Yes, sir.
Some of them are overly serious, like vampires taking over series. And so this one I kind of accidentally clicked on looking for something else, and I was taken by kind of its lightness. It wasn't as serious as some of the other series. It started off kind of serious, but it really, like the whole
Current CW show a little bit.
Like the whole crew of the whole crew of werewolves is fun, like all the time. They're fun to watch.
You take them from the high school CW show and you put them in a college version of the CW show.
Yeah,
with,
like it really,
with a couple F-bombs here and there.
Yeah, that's the version. That's how I felt.
No
about
nudity,
it.
no nudity though.
No.
You know.
Yeah,
James is
with
upset
fake-
about that.
No, I'm just saying because like in a show where people are saying fuck here and this, that, and the third, as soon as they get like to like an explicit scene, camera pans away or fades to black or the sunset rises. I'm like, come on, man.
Well, it's like the Shannara, like I compared it to the Shannara Chronicles that showed up either Hulu or Netflix.
I like that show too.
The one female werewolf, you never see her unclothing or coming back from a transformation.
Right.
But the dudes, you see everything but, you know, they're
the Shamigo. They're Shamigo.
Junk. Twig and berries.
Staff of Mordor.
Wow.
We don't see the Eye of Mordor.
The Eye of Mordor.
The Nazgul.
Nazgul.
Anyhow.
Only a woman could defeat it.
Wow. Are we talking about porn or are we talking
The show. He's talking about the show still.
It's
just checking.
The double entendre though.
Triple. Anyway. All right. So I enjoyed the show. I don't know how you guys want to describe going through. Let's do a quick season 1.
Can I go first?
Yeah, go ahead, James.
All right, because I've seen both season 1 and season 2 between yesterday and today. I like the show. In general, I like the show. Season 1 to me, I felt was probably the better scripted show because I have my issues with the show. I think there's many moments in the show where there's some bad acting.
Yeah, it's not.
But I turned my brain off. I'm like, all right, so this dude's lines clearly doesn't make any sense. This, whatever.
Yeah, his grandfather. I'm not like a big on the grandfather character.
It's almost like Money playing level from what I'm hearing earlier. Some parts of it, but I do like the overall arc of what they're trying to do with the character development. For some, not all, some of the characters, particularly the werewolves, the Grand Magus, the guy who plays in this first season 1, the main antagonist. It kept me wanting to, when it says watch next episode, I clicked on it because they almost always ended you in a very intriguing cliffhanger, which is like so basic, but they're doing it well enough to keep me connected to keep watching it. And then the first half of the next episode will be like, oh, this is so whack. I'm watching the show. Then I go, oh shit, yeah, this is funny. The jokes are coming, like they're just interacting. And to me, the first season I thought did a better job than season 2. However, I like season 2's dark tone better than season 1. And I like how season 2 started with the alternate version of the dude, he had the Justin Timberlake 2001 highlights.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, okie dokie before shit turned on his head. So overall, I think season 1 was probably the better season. I find myself enjoying season 2 better because of certain characters and how the season 2 started and also how to end it. I think the middle portion of season 2 was kind of lackluster, but I like the final 2-3 episodes in season 2. They got pretty dark. Season 2 got really dark at the end.
Season 2 got really
dark.
The whole tree thing. That whole tree thing was really creepy.
At one point, I almost thought it was meta with the whole virus and 6 feet apart and contagion. I was like, oh man,
I like season 2 way better than season 1.
I'll go for it, Keith. What did you like better?
And specifically because of that darkness. Like, it's like, The season 1 was enjoyable, but it was more kind of like a show like, I don't know if you guys seen them, but like the originals and Legacy.
Yeah.
Like,
My
All
wife
the
watches those
vampire
shows.
shows.
it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it was very tweeny, kind of like, yeah, I get it. Like you're throwing in some curse words to make
Will
it
they?
really-
Won't they?
to make this really
Relationship.
racy for the tweens that's watching it. Like it was, I totally understood the audience that they were going for with that show. But I'm lightweight that audience. but the second season to me was like, I feel like they were going after like specifically me as an audience. Like it was dark. It was, like it had more of a deeper kind of magic, more serious magic-y kind of like element to it. More risk was involved. So yeah, I don't know. I definitely like the second season a lot more than the first season, but the first season was enough to like it was enough to me. Like it was enough.
It kept
I knew
you
what
coming
type-
back.
Yeah, I knew what type of show it was. Like, and this is how I go into a lot of these productions. Like, like if I already know the type of show it is, the type of direction that it's coming from, I don't expect more.
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect more than what it's designed to give me, and if it does give me more, then I'm pleasantly surprised.
Right.
Like it wasn't the greatest viewing in the world, but like it gave me exactly what I wanted, and like the F-bombs and stuff in the first season made it a little bit more racy. But like I like the storyline. I definitely probably would have stopped watching had the werewolves not been a part of it, though.
Yeah, I think they picked that level up. Like I think the second season of the Order specifically is the group of mages or magic users, and the opposite to them is the werewolf group. And I think they leveled out this teeter-totter of too serious or too
without the werewolves, it's just a show like Legacy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
me watching these 2 seasons, I can't imagine the show not having the werewolves. I felt like they were very intricate, season 1 and 2.
I mean, but like you could have easily like it didn't. The werewolves didn't start out the show.
Right.
So, like,
right. That's
I'm saying had they never appeared and they just went another direction and just like had it totally centered on these
the Order.
Yeah, that little Asian babe, I forget her name, but like she was so irritating.
Well, that's
Gabrielle.
That's the funny thing.
Filipino girl. Yeah.
You hate her throughout the first series, and most.
I like her better in the second season.
And the second
halfway
season,
through, yes, I liked her better, but like the first half of the season,
yeah, I started to come around on her, but like she's one of those characters you're supposed to dislike, but you're.
Yeah, but she's so cute though. Like,
but you know who okay, you guys finish because I'm about to get to other things that I dislike. Was the 2 main protagonists, the guy and the girl?
Oh, their relationship,
Jack
or
and
just
what the hell's her name? I'm forgetting her name.
I had it up.
Dude, they're the worst actors on the show.
Alyssa.
The worst
I don't think they're the worst.
I mean, I don't think they're the worst actors, but they are
the least interesting characters.
Yes, I say they're the least. The main characters are the least interesting characters. Like I don't care at all what happens to them.
I never cared about.
Dude, every romantic scene looked like it was so terribly directed and acted with them, with the forehead leaning over and in her note. I'm like, who put this together? Is it them or is it the director?
The only
I see it in 2 seasons. It's them.
Okay. So in season 2, there was 2 scenes that I really liked with them. One was when she got taken over by the tree people, and he was getting turned into a tree.
She's drinking that good stuff.
That was pretty good. And then
those were good. Those were good scenes. I think
those were her better scenes. Yeah.
And when she lost her fear, that was the other thing. She was a little bit more interesting, more fun.
But when she decided to leave the Order to join the Patrice, whatever.
That was just dumb.
None of that made sense to me. Everything you learned about her first season made no sense.
Yeah, there was some inconsistency in that character.
She reached OP level like real quick too in 3 months.
So for me, what I've liked the best since I don't know if Mike's here, what I like is when someone takes classic magic tropes and does something interesting or different with them. And the whole idea of the werewolves is a really interesting new take on it, where the werewolves are kind of these skins that choose a host, and then that host becomes the werewolf, and they're kind of part werewolf, part themselves, and they have a job to do because that's what they have done, is basically keep the magic users in check.
I like that.
And then if the person dies, that wolf skin goes back to its bucket and waits for the next person. And so these
yeah.
The werewolf characters kind of have this idea that they shouldn't expect to live.
Yeah. In fact, they say that's part of their motto.
And so it's an interesting tweak to a normal like werewolf vampire or werewolves versus magic users.
I like that
trope.
Same thing with magic. The fact that you have to commit a sacrifice of some sort, whether it's a cut. It's not just you learn spells and Harry Potter and it's like
there's a cost.
There's a cost.
Yeah, there's an anime called oh shit.
But that's how it was in the D&D world too, though. Like the whole.
Well, you had to spend magic points or
mana.
Yeah, mana.
And like the whole point of that is that you just don't get to you don't just get to use this energy for free. That the energy has to be created from something else. Like it just.
I gotcha. But they made it seem like on this show, unless I missed something, because I just caught it, last 2 days, that you had to physically sacrifice something. That's the impression I got watching the show.
Well, even still with D&D, magic tricks but the magic actually required ingredients, and those ingredients
you had to go find them, and
the ingredients got used and dissipated during the actual magic.
Right. Gotcha. So there's a good anime. So I know Eric sometimes likes anime called Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, love that.
And so that whole series is built around the idea that if you're going to do something, you have to have an equal input to your output.
Yeah.
So if you want to build
very Newtonian.
Right.
No, it's a very meta show.
So if he can convert stone into a metal building, but he's got to have an equal amount in and out to do it. So I like that you have to, like in the one series where she wants that one spell, but she's giving up. She doesn't realize it's actually hurting her inside. She's like got some sort of like magical cancer from it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's Brooks's face on that one. The magical cancer.
It was magical
cancer. Got it.
Yeah, no, but it was literally like cancer. Like it was like magic cancer.
Oh, and then they took it out of those people. That scene where they took it out of those people.
Oh, the first season. Yeah.
That was some good stuff. All right.
I was hoping to see that character again that played the twin sisters. I thought she would come back.
She was
the necromancers.
Good. She was interesting.
Yeah.
Mike, your views on The Order? Oh, you didn't even watch it.
You're on mute.
You're on mute, man.
You're on mute, Mike.
Oh, sorry. I've only seen like 2 episodes, so I can't really weigh in.
Oh, I thought you had watched it. Okay.
No, it's there, but not yet.
Did you not do your homework?
Oh! So, unfortunately, this wasn't assigned until 2 hours ago. So,
2 hours ago.
All right. So our next thing is the versus battle, Snoop Dogg versus DMX. This I actually started to watch for a few minutes, but I am just a hip hop tourist. I come in, I point, and I take pictures at things I like, and I leave. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys.
He's the living version of the Leo DiCaprio meme. I recognize that.
So I'm going to leave it in James's hands to take over. Unless someone else, does Brooks, do you want to take over?
Yeah, let someone else take charge.
Okay.
Go for it. Take the helm.
I was excited to watch it. I was telling James and Keith that they should watch it.
Yeah.
I actually had to come in late to watch it, but that's a whole other story because I had a meeting. But so I'm watching it, and I'm like, this is great. And I will say almost everybody said Snoop is going to kill DMX. Obviously, Snoop's catalog is much deeper. DMX had that whole crack issue. you know, a couple other things.
Why did that even,
Where'd that come from?
why did you say like what? You had
Because he
disparaging
has
that name. Like that had nothing to do with
why is
it.
it
That's
an
like me
issue?
saying Snoop had that whole murder case issue.
Yeah, like
But
yesterday
he
Snoop
beat
had that murder case.
But he
DMX
beat
was a
it, and he
crackhead. Like what
continued
that had to do with
make
this?
music.
That's not
Okay.
an issue. Why is that an issue? I don't see the problem.
Because he stopped making music because he is a kid. That's my point,
I mean,
right?
but his career was over already by that point.
It was
Pretty
over.
much.
He was a
That's
crackhead.
why he was on crack.
Yeah,
That's right. It's like which came first, the crack or the end of the career?
right.
Chicken or the egg?
Age old.
Is that why maybe he started smoking crack? So
You missed it. That's what we
career
just
was
said.
done.
I don't. Anyways, the point is, most people thought Snoop was going to kill DMX, and it
I did.
wasn't worth the battle, or it wasn't worth the watch.
I didn't even watch it live because of that.
Right. So I was watching it, and I was like, "This is great." So I'm texting James and Keith and saying, "You guys should watch it," and they were like, "No, no." And I think finally Keith jumps on and starts watching it because I noticed because he was commenting on Facebook about it.
He was sly.
No, I told y'all I was watching it. I commented back on the thread. I was
You
like, I
commented
could not-
first on Facebook, like this is some
Yes.
good Unk BBQ type joint, and
the
then he
same
comments
thing
back
I
on that thread.
Actually, the same thing that I texted first to your thread, to the thread, was then what I put on Facebook.
Right.
Because I was like, oh, that sounds great. I'm putting it on Facebook. So
Right.
it was actually in response to you guys that I did it first.
And it was like one of the best
Bro.
verses, hands
It
down.
was the best hip hop
No
one. Yes.
That
lie.
was really good. Yeah, I
Best
was
hip hop
surprised-
one.
I was surprised
Definitely.
how many tracks I remember. Like, oh man, I forgot they had this one and that one. You know. So,
Yo, but it had so much less to do with the amount of hits that they actually like.
yeah.
Their whole manner of putting that on was what was enjoyable.
Yeah,
We
because
enjoyed that
I
for
still
the
think
same
if
reason
Snoop
that we
really went
enjoyed-
all out, he would
we
have
would
thrown.
enjoy that for the same. We enjoyed that for the same reason that we enjoy our drunk uncles at a cookout.
Right.
Like it felt like I really felt like I was looking like that was something very personal to a private group of people.
Yeah.
Like that's what that felt good. Like it
Yeah.
really felt good. Like, oh, look at Uncle Snoop and Uncle DMX. Like DMX obviously he might need to get on the treadmill a little bit or whatever, but that's just Uncle X. Like
I love the comment how they look like the number 10
I saw that.
when they were telling DMX to take off his shirt.
He was like, Keith, what I was gonna say is I love the fact that it looked like Snoop was really encouraging X to get more engaged, involved, whereas X was kind of sometimes it looked like he was just kind of doing his own thing, and Snoop was trying to entertain the crowd. Like he's still an entertainer. He still has concerts. He still performs.
Yeah.
So, like, I love the fact that it was the straight. I dropped my cat. Because I still think if it came to that, Snoop would have won. It wouldn't have been as engaging. But I think Snoop played the better role and says, dude, we're going to show love. We're going to celebrate hip-hop. You play your songs. I'm going to tell you how much I love my songs. I'm going to get you do a free verse. Come on, kick that dude. Say a prayer. Like, I'm like, holy shit. Like, Snoop was playing that. He was orchestrating it really well that I loved and enjoyed the entire 2 hours of it.
yeah, like
agree.
it really. I don't think I watched the entire 2 hours. I probably watched like maybe an hour of it. The last hour. But like, I was one of the people. Even when I heard about it, like last week or whatever, like I was like, like I guess it's gonna be the first verses I missed because I'm totally not interested in that at all. I didn't think it would. I thought it was very trite. Like, oh, you guys just linking them up because of the whole dog thing. Like that's. They're not the same rappers. Like,
Dog thing.
like that sounds like that sounds like white people in a boardroom. Like, oh, who should be next? But so I totally wrote it off. And Brooks, honest to God, had you not been like so adamant, like, yo, like this is really good. I send a joke like, oh, blah, 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 you guys, you think it's good? Like, no, it's really good. All right. I put it on for a couple of seconds. I was like, oh shit.
It's really good.
Like immediately the vibe that they were on, like,
yeah.
I don't look at any of these verses as competitions, number one. I'm gonna go ahead and say
No.
it. I'm not
I agree.
falling for that BS. This is not like from the first one to this one, I never really speak of them in terms of like, oh, this person's gonna eat that person and this, that, and the other. Like they aren't competing.
No, it
Like
didn't seem like
these
I said
people
that.
are putting on shows. Like
I said that
literally-
earlier. It's not like a battle. It just looked like a 2-hour concert to me.
And I feel like, why hadn't we not got a X and a DMX and Snoop Dogg concert? Have we gotten that already yet? Because I feel like I'm wondering why we haven't. They have. I don't know if it's Snoop heavy, and then I feel a little bit that it might be Snoop heavy, that he might have been the one kind of pushing the synergy. But they had like a very good chemistry, like performance chemistry.
Yeah.
Like how they vibe together. Like, one person, like they got the spotlight. It's not even so much of the other one stepping out of the spotlight. It's like I just liked how they performed together, and I really feel like we missed something from younger DMX and younger Snoop that might have been very entertaining on a whole like Dog Life tour. Like that would have actually been dope.
Yeah, that would have been good. Yeah.
That would have been interesting. I never thought of that. But I agree with you, Keith. I think a lot of it is like Snoop's personality. Like he can carry that. He can, you know what I mean? That's why he's so popular. It's not because his lyrics are good, because they're borderline at best these days. But it's because
Wow, that's strong for you to say that. That's
like, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, Brooks.
But it's true. Still West Side. But it's just his personality, right? Like you want to hang out with him, and I think that's what makes him so great.
Yeah, he was a lot of positive energy he was bringing out to X, to everyone involved. Even when X was talking about some of the people behind the cameras, like, yo, dude, what are you doing over there? Like, and you can see like Snoop was just trying to like, all right, yeah, he's a whack dude. Let's move on. Like he was keeping us entertained and
and keeping it focused. But then again, like Snoop of the two is the more professional of the two. Like he's transcended hip hop in a way that DMX has not.
Right.
Like,
I mean, Snoop has a show with Martha Stewart.
Yeah, but Martha Stewart though, like I feel like the projection of common day Martha Stewart, or the Martha Stewart that has built that Martha Stewart brand, that wasn't really the original Martha Stewart. Like Martha Stewart was like, she was wild. Like she was actually like one of those on the fringe white chicks, like definitely black sheep. Like go look at her history. She was a model, all kind of stuff. Like she was wilding out. Like like she wasn't knitting. Like I don't even know how she transcended into that whole like homemaker. Like that wasn't Martha Stewart. Like she was literally like, I wouldn't even say a bad girl, but she wasn't like, she was a model, modeling bikinis and this kind of stuff. Like that was Martha Stewart.
I'm gonna have to look into that.
But so like her transforming back into who she was.
Right.
After she came out of jail, she was just like, "Fuck it, I got my bread.
New Jersey.
Let me do this high roast of Justin Bieber."
I know. That was crazy.
That's when I know she was on our side. Martha's all right with me. But yeah, that's all I have on the verses. I do.
Yeah, she's from Jersey City, New Jersey.
Martha from the hood.
Polish.
Don't get it twisted. She got a mean right hook out here. The last thing on that verses though, I feel like the one with Beanie and Bounty Killer changed the game of the whole setup.
Yeah.
It changed the game. Before that, it was a turned up Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
And that's really why I was losing interest in it, because like it's not a battle. Like these two people are really kind of like gushing over each other and like, oh, that song was great. Can you play this one? No. But being on the same stage, like this is something that's going to transcend this moment. Like it almost was like, oh, those Zoom ones were like, oh, that was the necessary evil. Whatever. Until they found like this is like, oh, that's the Corona measure. You know, we'll take that because we're in Corona. lockdown. But this, I do the current way beyond this whole Corona. Please give me that. And I'm still promoting for my Busta and Missy one, y'all.
Oh, that yeah.
Missy
I
Elliott.
swear to God, if I don't get it, I'm writing somebody a meanly worded letter.
Hey, send me Beanie Man and send me a link to that. I want to watch that.
Yeah.
But you see, that's the one that started.
That changed the game because before that, like he said, Zoom meeting, people were calling from 2 different spots. One person might have shoddy IT network and nothing was working.
Like Nelly.
Yeah, like Nelly, or it's like a bunch of situations like
he
that.
wanted to be hype. Nelly wanted to be hype. I see you. He wanted to get with his internet wasn't cooperating. And then you get 2 people like Erykah Badu,
and Jill Scott.
And
Jill Scott is sitting there like she's like listening and talking to her mentor.
That one was terrible because
like, I love you, Erykah.
Because Erykah looked like she came to battle. She had a TV screen playing Bruce Lee behind her.
She's playing Bruce Lee behind her like she came to fight. And this chick is in a Zoom meeting dressed up like she's in middle management.
I remember the first time I heard this song, I was just coming out of high school, and that changed my world. Erykah's like,
that's how I was like, this is okay. So this is not a battle. I was like, okay, cool. Everybody talking about like, oh, this one won or that one. There was no winning because that wasn't a battle.
But
Erykah came. She was fucked up already. Wavelengths. She was high on whatever she was high on. She had the whole setup ready to battle.
Right.
Jill came to school.
They just were like on such different wavelengths that you're like, it didn't work.
That was the end of the battle.
It wasn't until the Beanie and Bounty one till everyone realized what it could be. Okay, this is it.
I agree.
This is it. Sitting down at desks like tiny desk battles.
I was gonna say, I said that today when I was watching. I'm like, production is worse than the tiny desk.
Yo, how do we even stand for that? Corona.
You all right? You all right, Brooks? You're in Cali.
You're in Cali. She's like.
Is there still a reason to be filming in portrait mode? It just bugged kind of.
Yeah, that was just weird.
Maybe that's Instagram because they're all using Instagram. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the Instagram thing. So that makes it easier for Instagram.
That makes sense. I guess.
Okay.
Integration.
Who might talk? Okay. Have you guys? Any of you watched the Netflix rap series Hustle Rhythm and Flow?
Rhythm and Flow.
Rhythm and Flow. It's a music competition hosted by
hip hop. I started
Cardi
that.
B.
Yes. I started that. I saw about 2 episodes. Yeah, that's a pass for me.
That's a pass. Okay.
That's a pass. They are
I'll
not
take your guys' word for it. I don't know what to expect.
To be judging no shit. Like I don't know. I love Cardi, but it's not for your talent, Cardi. Not for your talent.
Well, I know they had Snoop Dogg on the first episode and whatnot. So.
I'm disappointed in him for lending his name to that trash.
He's gonna do anything.
He didn't do anything. He really didn't. He was just there being the big homie. He really didn't do anything. But Chance, like each one of these rappers, they form they pick one of the people to work with. I wanted it to be better. Just wasn't.
No. I have not seen it.
Take a look. I mean, it wasn't unwatchable, but it was just it was such poor quality. I wouldn't want to be associated with it.
All right, that would be the end of our podcast then.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I just wanted to tell you guys, I got really excited. I watched The Old Guard. I know that was
that's
right.
Mike didn't put it on the list. That's Mike's fault.
Uh-oh.
Blame Mike. Everybody point at Mike. Point at Mike for not putting it on the list.
I don't like the agenda, guys. So.
James.
Oh, James. All right.
I wrote it.
I meant to ask you because you did write it up that you watched it. What is your response? What did you dislike about the Old Guard?
I actually loved it. I was really excited that I watched it, so thank you guys very much. I was like super into it. I was really surprised. I figured like after 10 minutes I was gonna turn it off, but I watched the whole thing, super into it. I really liked the idea was very interesting to me. Yeah, it was like super interesting to me, and I'm hoping there's a second one. It seems like there was gonna be another one. There was an opening for it, so I'm on the lookout for it, and I'm excited that I watched it and caught it. So.
Good. See, sometimes we provide you with good media that you will enjoy watching.
I know, and
that's
I
our
appreciate
job
it.
here.
Broken clock is right at least 2 times a day, they say.
That's right.
There you go. Yeah.
Yo, I do love that movie though. That's actually one of my favorite movies of the year.
It's a good one. I think I like the Chris Hemsworth one a little bit better.
What?
Yeah, I think I do.
Better in what way?
That to me, the live action of that movie to me was better choreographed than.
The only thing I'll give that movie is that there was more action. That's the only thing.
Which is interesting enough.
But the quality of the action, even though it was high quality action in that one, I'm gonna go ahead and give him that.
The best action sequence was Charlize in the church.
Yeah,
well,
I think
that was such an epic.
Dude.
I think
offline discussion about this one.
Only argument, or I should say, thing against the Old Guard is that there wasn't more fight scenes.
Yeah, I think Old Guard had more time with story, plus a lot of different characters doing action stuff. Yeah. Whereas Extraction was pretty much 90% Chris Hemsworth.
At one point, there's a conversation in the street, and a van hits the dude, and the action continues.
Yes, exactly.
It doesn't let the foot off the pedal.
It was.
He must have killed like half of the grown men in Iraq or whatever country, poor country.
Right. Bombay, India.
Wherever they were. Obviously. But yes, the action was great. But like as a full product, I'm not looking forward to no Extraction 2.
Yeah, there was no Extraction 2 to me.
Not like I'm looking forward to this next. All
right, I see what you're saying.
Like,
yes,
it created like a whole.
The way
like,
Extraction 1 ends.
The whole world of the whole world.
Good point. That's a good point.
Like, where is she from? How old is she?
Right. How old is she?
Is she really gonna die now? Like, I don't like. Is she done with it? Like, I've got so many questions. Chris Hemsworth. Fuck Chris Hemsworth.
I think
he gave me what he gave me, and it was enough.
I think I liked Extraction, but Man on Fire was a better version of it.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Extraction. You know,
purely because of the other side of it. Like, I love action.
So much great
Extraction
acting in Man on Fire.
Extraction was, I guess, what you. Like how you guys talk to me about liking why I like the Michael Bay movies. Mm-hmm. That to me is a Michael Bay type movie. Like, oh, I just like action.
Right.
Cool.
In your face.
On some Extraction.
Yeah.
Some Extraction. It's still better than John Wick 3. I fucking hate John Wick 3.
John Wick 3 had a better story than any Michael Bay movie.
I'll give it that. I'll give it that. Oh, God.
Well, good jobs, Brooks. Thank you very much for bringing that back up. And we will find next week.
You said Halle ruins everything? Just quite that.
I guess he didn't like Storm. Not a good Storm for you?
Of that horrible X-Men, yeah, no, I didn't.
Neither did I.
Like I'm saying, like you did, Chris? Is that what you're saying?
Not specifically,
okay.
No.
So my original point of Halle ruining everything still stands then, is what you're saying. Okay. Let's go. Let's move on to something that she didn't ruin.
She's a vegan now.
And now she's ruining me. I'm just playing, Halle. I love you.
All right. I think that's us for the night. That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We had a pretty couple of long discussions here, so we had fun. I had a great time.
Yeah,
thank you, everybody.
This was a good one. Thank you, everyone.
Let us know in the comment sections what you think of Old Guard and The other one these guys are
What,
watching.
what was your favorite Comic-Con panel?
The other one these guys are watching.
And what you think of Chris's
The
Superman
Order.
swoosh?
The Order, right?
Oh, you missed it.
Hey, I was before you got on here. I was
Before you got
complaining.
on, you were complaining
I said-
about it. He was.
I was like, I don't want it there. I want it up here, and my hair just like it jumps.
Before we started recording, I was
Not
like, "You
on
like
purpose.
the Zack Snyder Black Superman, the black shirt on, and the
Live your truth,
That's right.
man. Live
I'm
your truth,
not.
bro.
I'm not trying to. I'm
It
not
stands for
trying
hope.
to do it.
Stands for hope. That's why he had the S hat on last week.
That's right.
Oh, go ahead. You're trying to tell us something. I dig it. Go ahead. We're here for you.
Last son of Krypton.
It all makes sense now.
Now I can't
Don't
see
forget to
anything
like and
though.
subscribe, people.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, do our bag stuff.
Yeah.
What platforms can everyone get us at?
Oh, we're everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Look us up, Heroes Peak. Like and subscribe. Let us know what you think.
5 stars, please.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I can't see any. I see blurs right now.
You can put your glasses back on. The bit's
No.
over.
You can't hit stop record.
The bit is over.
Oh boy.
I dropped them. Shit. All right, we're done. Love you. Have a good night.
Good night, everyone.
Chris is blind. He's legally blind.